Houston had a big problem that day. And that problem was rain.
So we are in Houston, Texas, and it's swampy as fuck. It's moist. It's gonna be a good time.
It's definitely already raining.
Yeah. There's a 50% chance that it's already raining.
If I don't think about it, it cannot irritate me. You know, so.
We're gonna have a flash dance.
But by golly, did the rain was like, no.
As we're setting up for the show, the crew is literally loading in the rain. We are doing our sound check and tech time in the rain.
Houston weather was just not it. I would love to come back and redo it, Houston, on a nice, lovely, sunny day. But that day was just not ideal.
It was a torrential downpour for the entire day.
Houston was like the monsoon. Oh my gosh.
It's just pouring buckets at cats and dogs, men, you name it. Like, it's raining everything.
It's raining pretty hard right now.
It's raining really hard right now.
Some people are embracing it, some people are ready to rock with it.
That was sexy!
We're just wondering if people are gonna show up, to be honest.
And if there'll be a puddle in the middle of the stage when we get up there.
I feel like by the time the torrential downpour show happened, we had already had a few shows that we had gone through and had, makeshift tarp tents to do quick changes.
We had to move a lot of our lighting underneath the stage. We had to kind of move it where it wouldn't get wet, and then we were kind of, the stage was getting wet as well, and we're like, well, we can't really, how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna dance on the stage? So they put a little carpet down for us, and again, we danced on carpet at SIR. It's not fun, but we were like, okay, it's better than a slippery stage, so we'll work with this.
I'm looking at this stage and I'm going, oh my God, and it's just puddle, puddle, puddle. And the crew is trying to squeegee all the rain into a hole in the middle of the stage to try and get it off the stage, but it just wasn't working because the rain kept coming down. So it's just this endless cycle of rain coming down and squeegee in, then rain coming down and squeegee in. It's like those cartoons you see where there's a boat and there's a hole in the boat and they have a bucket and they're doing this. That's exactly what it looked like to me.
Gosh, it's so weird, but I wasn't doubting that show. When it comes to rain, I'm like, rain or shine, we're getting on this stage.
So we have possible thunderstorm coming, a whole lot of rain. In fact, it's a flood warning. If you can tell by all of our hair, it's gonna be messy. It's gonna be a lot of fun rolling around in a dirty, muddy stage. I think we're gonna look at each other at one point during the show and just be like, what the fuck is happening? I feel for the audience, because at least on stage we have a cover. It makes the ground still watery and stuff, but they're out in it. The people who are gonna show up tonight are the ones that really wanna be here. So they may just go fucking off. I don't know.
But by the showtime, there was puddles all over the stage. And we had really no choice but to throw ourselves into the puddles.
We got 15 more minutes. They're gonna put they're putting those mats down on the deck. So just be aware of those mats. They're not stapling them down or nailing them down. They're just there. right, you guys good? Y'all ready?
All right, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the White Dog Saloon.
So I remember just kind of going for it because I had the prisoner role in Human, and to make that look as believable as possible, you can't dodge puddles. So I literally would just throw myself into these, puddles on stage and just let my hair get wet. My hair was soaked by the end of that show.
And she like throws herself back up and all of her hair just, and like all this water just comes right over my face and mud, and I was just like, ah.
And I was flinging dirty water around, and I'm sorry, but I'm not.
It looked like a Britney Spears music video up there, just wet hair, just a lot of craziness. These poor people in the audience were out there in ponchos, okay, looking like a Blue Man Group show, out there just with their little hoods. And I'm just thankful nobody slipped or anything crazy bad happened. I still had a blast, because whenever things like that happen in a show, I have so much fun with it. But man, it was wet.
By the end of that show, literally all of our costumes, our hair was completely wet.
And I remember at that point I'd already been on the floor, my hair was like drenched, and I just like flipped it back, and it was the best moment. I finally had my flash dance moment. So that was really fun.
We survived the Houston flood. My underwear are soaked. Like, yeah, that's something else. But we did it, and it was fun, and it was kick-ass, and everybody was great. Everybody did a great job. Fire Marshal's super happy with us, and all's well. On to Dallas.
Sometimes I like to play pranks on the girls every once in a while. And I had ordered this super awful looking Momo mask. I had somebody call Avery down.
Hey Avery, we need you to come to the green room and get this dog food and take it to the bus.
But the best is Allison.
I almost peed my pants. I collapsed to the ground and started hyperventilating. It took me a few minutes to calm down, but I had trust issues since then.
I'm sorry, Allison. I will totally do that again. Absolutely.
Okay, so we are performing in Nashville, and when we were loading in today, one of the venue staff was like, hey, I looked at your performances online, and I just wanted to let you guys be aware of the nudity laws here in, she said it was like a Nashville, Tennessee thing. And I was like, we're not nude. We don't get nude. And she was like, well, so you might want to look it up, but you're not allowed to show a thing that's called the vortex.
She's like, you can't show your vortex.
Let's talk about the vortex.
So the vortex, for those of you who don't know, like us, this area right here is the vortex, specifically down towards this area.
So it's like this bottom part, like the bottom of the cheeks that meet the legs. So I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Okay.
That's just very frustrating, honestly, as a woman, to be told that you need to cover up. And we ended up scrambling to find bike shorts to wear during the show.
And we couldn't do grinders, we couldn't do fire. Like, what do you do in that moment? You know what I mean? Like, dang, I already feel less cool. Now, like, watch me not do anything cool.
We are now all wearing biker shorts. I'm wearing my husband's underwear. But this is absurd. It's 2021, and you know, something that we would wear to the beach is deemed inappropriate.
Yeah, that vortex law, it made no sense. I feel like it was two dudes back in the day named Bob and Chad were like, this is the law, and they made it the law, and it's still the law in Nashville. Get over it. Don't tell women what to do with their bodies. That's just rude.
Okay, so since all of our wardrobe is inappropriate for Tennessee, apparently, we're gonna go back out for CMFT in our onesies, because I don't think there's much to offend people over when you're dressed like this. So, we're canceling. It sucks. We've never done this before. We were told yes by the agent. We had written permission. Apparently somewhere this got lost in the mix and this fell through the cracks, so we show up today and we're told no. We fought it all day. So in this pre-advancement sheet that we do, we send these out to all the venues. You guys know this, right? We say, can we do fire? Can we do aerial? And then they say yes and yes, and then we announce the show. Oh, we were told this was yes, this was fine, and it's not.
We were told, and this is true, that we could do our full show here, and that means the cherry bombs could do their full show here. And when we got here, we were told they could not do their full show. This is the most important thing. My wife, who is the leader of the Cherry Bombs, takes a part. Yes, please, make some fun. We are honoring all tickets from tonight to tomorrow's show in Kansas City. And that means everyone in this fucking room can go to that show for free tomorrow night. And you were gonna see the fucking Cherry Bombs. And we really, really hope that you all come out and share that fucking evening with us, because it's gonna be fucking amazing.
So the most memorable moment of tour, absolutely, positively was the standing ovation that we received at the very last show of tour in Lincoln, Nebraska.
It really was super, super special to have watch the entire room stand up. Like, I was super emotional.
They stood up for us! Oh my god! I was wearing like skinny! It felt awesome. Oh, alright, cut.
And what a perfect way to end the tour. That was like the exclamation point at the end. And now it's time to put together this headlining run and see what cherry bombs are really made of. You know, can we pull people in, sell some tickets, and put on a great, great headlining show? So, we'll find out. You know, every once in a while, I will hold an audition to look for new members of Cherry Bombs, looking for some new fresh meat to add to our little girl gang. And my, did they show up.